Boom, 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 boom.
When they subpoena you for court, they send a court document person out to come and bring you your subpoena. Now, I was never given this subpoena, so therefore I never knew about my court date. And they went to court in front of the judge to plead their case, and the judge ruled in their favor because they made it seem like I fled and I just negligently didn't care and didn't show up for court. They made the judge believe that I was aware I was supposed to be there and just didn't show up. But I was never served my court documents, so I never knew that I had a court date. I never knew I was supposed to be there. But the CAS told the judge that I did know, and I just blatantly didn't come. But that was never the case.
And did you finally ever get served any papers at all?
At court, the following court date after they already apprehended my daughter. So my second court date, the first court date was the date that they got the warrant to apprehend her, which I was never made aware of. Then the second court date, after they had her in custody, that was the date that the worker came to me in the hallway of the courthouse and said, "Here, you've been officially served."
Go ahead.
The first reason, the original reasons for the calls that they had was for my drug use and my mental state. However, I've had numerous doctors send in letters as well as speak with the workers to verify that my mental state is stable and I'm fine and that's not an issue. And I've given them 13 or 14 drug tests, all back to back, proving that I don't have a drug problem at all. So now it's gone to my boyfriend and his history, his criminal history in his past.
So they got into your life based on one thing that wasn't substantiated.
Yes.
And now they've gone on to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing, and unless you jump through all of these hoops that we've told you to jump through,
yes,
we're going to continue to control what's happening with your child.
Yes, and I've asked the worker too. I've asked her, what is it you want from me? What would you like me to do? And she said to me, I'm not going to tell you what to do. You need to do what you feel is right and what you feel is necessary and what you feel you should do in order to get your child back. But how do I know what they want if I've never gone through it before? How do I know what organizations are out there that I could reach out to help me, or programs, or whatever the case is? Personally, I think the programs and all this is their way of just buying time so that the 2-year thing will be up and they can just permanently keep my kids. And it's not right.
And your newborn.
And my newborn that's on the way. From day one, it's been all like false pretenses. They've lied to the judge and they're lying to me. So it's just ongoing false allegations all over the place.
And you're fed up.
And I'm fed up. And I'm tired. And for them to do this to a pregnant woman is like the worst. You know, I haven't even enjoyed any of this pregnancy. It should be the best time of my life. I don't even have a picture of myself pregnant. Because I'm just too busy dealing with trying to save the one I have now. Now I'm scared they're going to come and take this one too. You're supposed to be able to enjoy being pregnant and enjoy everything, and I can't enjoy any of it. Instead, I'm distancing myself from it all. And it's not fair. And it's just not fair. They have far too much power. They shouldn't be able to take people's children the way the way they are. You know, the one thing in your life that you think is yours isn't even yours. The one thing that you wish nobody could touch, and they touch it anyway. It's not fair. They've neglected my daughter more in the last 2 months that they've had her than I've ever neglected her in 9 years. I've never ever left my daughter waiting for me after school, ever. And they've left her for over an hour with no call, no number, no driver, no nothing at 8 o'clock at night. You know, and the school would have called them, but who do I call when they forget my kid?
Tell me about the day they came and apprehended your daughter.
It was the day after my birthday. And I had walked in from being out all night because I went out for my birthday, and I come home to find there was 3 children's aid workers and about 6 or 8 police officers in the lobby of my building, canvassing my building, trying to find my daughter and telling all my neighbors, where's Jaden, we need to get Jaden, we're here to take Jaden, have you seen her? So all my neighbors in my building are aware of what's going on, and that I don't have my daughter. And I mean, now everybody looks at me and treats me like I'm a piece of garbage and I'm scum and I'm no good for nothing and that I'm this horrible person. And they don't even know the whole situation. They were in my apartment for over an hour while I wasn't there. So, I mean, it's just wrong.
And I understand a call, the building you live in. Obviously, people can hear other people's business. It sounds
course.
like. And my understanding is the person that had called in regarding to make a complaint, I guess, to the Children's Aid about the situation with Jaden was a neighbor.
Yes. It was a neighbor.
Can you tell me about the neighbor situation?
Oh, the neighbor herself. She has 2 children of her own that previously the Children's Aid had taken because of her drug use, and she signed off on those 2 kids, gave them up after they apprehended them because she didn't want to do what they wanted. Then she got pregnant again, and she's pregnant. She just gave birth maybe about 4 weeks ago now, and they've taken that baby too. And she called in and anonymously called in and made all these complaints about me, and this is the call that caused them to come and apprehend my daughter.
So based on statements that are unsubstantiated by this woman,
Yes.
they were able to get an apprehension warrant on your child?
Yes, and because of my lack of not showing up at court. The CAS made the judge believe that I was aware I was supposed to be there and that I just didn't come. And I was never made aware that I was supposed to be there at all.
And based on that, they've labeled you a flight risk.
Yes.
And therefore, you've been unable to even have access to your child alone since that time.
Yes.
Wow.
All due to this, because they feel that I'm a flight risk. Because I was never served my court papers, my subpoena, to let me know I had court. So the judge is under the impression that I'm just a neglectful person and don't care to show up in court or to do anything.
Have you even seen a judge yet, face to face?
No, the CAS has told me that if I take it into the courtroom, that they're willing to go head to head and automatically ask for them to have my child in their care for automatic of 6 months.
So do what we say or else.
Yeah, basically.
So what has your daughter said about, understand what your daughter's gone through some issues since this has happened. And now she's getting to the point where she's actually afraid to share what's really happening to her with you while she's in custody, because if you say anything, repercussions come back to her.
Yes, she's told me numerous things about the foster home and the foster mother, like showering and bathing. That the first week that she was there, she never had a bath or a shower, and I had asked my daughter about this, and my daughter told me that she has had one. However, when she had an opportunity to talk to me alone, she indicated that, "Mommy, no, I never had a bath, but don't tell the worker, because the worker will tell the foster mother, and then the foster mother gives me trouble." So my daughter now comes and confides in me of things that they're doing wrong or ways that they are treating her, but I can't do anything, because if I go and tell the worker tells the foster mother, my daughter gets in trouble, and then my daughter's not going to she's going to lose all trust and faith in me to keep her secrets. But I mean, as a parent and concerned, I don't like that my daughter's suffering like this, and I can't do anything. My hands are tied. What can I do?
And your daughter's been well behaved in the foster cares.
Oh yes, definitely. They say that she's very well behaved, other than that she has a lying problem. My daughter's never been a liar. She has never had a lying problem at all. This is just their way of saying, because she's coming out and telling me the truth about the foster mother and all the issues that are arising that shouldn't be, and so the foster mother's calling my daughter a liar instead of copping to her faults. and my daughter is getting very scared, and she just wants to come home. She wants to come home. She's tired of this stuff. And even yours, one thing that you wish nobody could touch, and they touch it anyway. It's not fair. They've neglected my daughter more in the last 2 months that they've had her than I've ever neglected her in 9 years. I've never ever left my daughter waiting for me after school, ever. And they've left her for over an hour with no call, no number, no driver, no nothing at 8 o'clock at night. And the school would have called them, but who do I call when they forget my kid?
Statements by anonymous callers. They should not have a full right to walk in and destroy people's lives. I'm Tom Pearson, and this is the Pacc Report.
Boom, 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 boom.